We don't have to do the resistance. There's lots of people who will do that. Lots. The people who are going to go through this are people who open to allow everything to happen and don't resist anything,
so
including somebody else. What happens to everybody else?
At the end of this.
That's a real good question. I'm not completely qualified to answer because I haven't been on the other side of all this. But I do know what I can see around me, and that is that there are, in a plant, for instance, there are certain parts of a plant that go on to propagate more plants, the seeds. And the seeds are pieces of that plant that decided to be seeds. Some of the plant decided to be a leaf or a root or a stalk. That's where they felt they fit in, that part of that plant's consciousness. What happens to all those other parts? Like the stalk and the roots and the leaves, it gets to be mulch. It's very useful. It goes in and builds the ground and supports other seeds for other cycles. We're not the first ones to go through this this is 16 billion years. The time is mental. Doesn't even exist. This 16 billion years, there were other people who went through this whole cycle before us, other consciousness. Now we call them angels, because they're not limited to physical. They already went through this graduation ceremony, and we're coming up on it. Not everybody makes it through it in one time, you know. So
is the difference between becoming cosmic manure, so to speak, and actually ascending to the next level, is the difference contained in the retention of a sense of self, a sense of awareness? Because when your energy is recombined into the energy of the universe, then your existence just becomes a memory of the collective consciousness. But if you ascend beyond that, do you maintain your individuality within the creative?
I'm not qualified to answer your question. I would hope so, but
so that's the difference. Yeah. Awesome.
How much can you allow? Because what it comes down to is how much can you allow in your own experience, of your experience. You know, how much can you allow yourself to create your own experience? Allow, 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 allow. Remember, we're all doing this. Collectively, we're creating this situation, but we are putting our own 2 cents in. You know, it's our investment. We're paying attention. That's our investment. And the more you can just allow things to occur and not resist, then the more you can be in your intuition, so the more you can be in that flow. And things just show up the way you intend them. Are there a couple more questions? There was a question.
Well, I personally am psyched about being in this era.
Yeah.
Really psyched. And my question is, the galactic period that we're in now, does that mean we'll see more of our galactic neighbors?
Oh, yeah. By the time we get all the way over here, we'll have a consciousness that spans this entire galaxy.
Since that's a year, I mean, this year.
Well, no, this is 2010.
Oh.
This actually begins in 2010. Then this cycle starts February 10th, 2011, and runs for 260 days.
So we have to wait that long.
Yeah. Do you think you're waiting? Yes, sir.
On what she's saying there, but perhaps it would be good to talk about June 1st.
Yeah. Well, June 1st is, remember this demonstration they did earlier?
What year?
This year. Here's all the power sitting there. Here comes the consciousness of ethics, and it is looming, don't you think? Yeah. Looming over power? I mean, they're going, you know. They're not ready to turn around yet. Meanwhile, we have. We can see it. But they can't. But this is June 1st. Boom. June 1st is the absolute middle point of this whole cycle. and it comes down just like a 2x4. This boom, and then ethics keeps going, just bulldozing all this power over kind of consciousness right out of the way.
To me.
It's going to be traumatic for some people and exalting for everyone else.
Separation they're talking about.
Boy, the cleaving. Oh, yeah. Yes.
June 1st.
So
June 1st is when that boom happens, yeah.
there's people that hold to the whole conspiracy theories, New World Order, all this kind of stuff, and I think what I'm seeing happening is that as people become more and more aware of it, it's harder and harder for the people that are trying to pull it off.
Yes.
So is that the ethics is going to crush that whole
Certainly
thing?
will. These guys have diabolical plans. I'll just tell you right out, they want 80% of you dead.
Right.
80% is the plan.
Well, chemtrails and
Chemtrails, soy, aspartame, fluoride, just Coca-Cola with and all that. They got a plot and a plan. They want to get rid of 80% of the people. On the other hand, creation has a much grander plan and no big disasters in mind. So these guys have a problem. They got all these plans. Here I am. I've had millions of plans. And about that many of them turned out the way I thought they would. So what makes these guys any better?
It's that old saying, 99% of everything you were afraid of didn't happen.
Right. Yes. So these guys have horrible, draconian plans. That's all they can see now. They got to cover their tracks, you understand? They got to get rid of everybody who would consider them out of line. So they're just racing away and don't care if they get caught with all the stuff they're doing. They don't even care. Actually, they kind of want to get caught because that will make people more angry and willing to kill each other.
And they want the prestige of everybody knowing that they're the ones that did it.
Yeah, the diabolical beasts.
The
They
pride and
want
ego.
that. And so you're going to see stuff that's going to be a test to allow. Really are.
So do you suppose June 1st it's going to be more of an exposure on the media? Yeah. And
It already is.
Jail time, all that.
The media has already changed track. Have you guys watched the news?
I haven't noticed.
Yeah,
Because
I
they
know.
control the media.
I understand. But see, I'm supposed to watch the news. Yeah, and you don't watch the talking heads. You read the crawl at the bottom. And you will get a wonderful education. It's uplifting. Now that you know this, you kind of know what to look for. And you can see all this stuff popping up. The word ethics. Count how many times the word ethics shows up in one day. I mean, it's just all over the place. With all these investigations and this and that, and the exposures, the whistleblowers that are coming out. Yeah, it's tremendous. Yes, ma'am.
Soy, not to back you up for a minute.
Yeah.
I know there's lots of opinions about many things, but what's the diabolical plan to do with soy?
Well, soy turns out to be a carcinogen, and the chemicals it produces in your body turn into a brain poison.
soy does?
Soy.
Non-GMO
Yeah.
as well?
What's that?
Non-GMO.
Oh, yeah. As organic as it can get. It's the plant itself is a brain poison. On our webpage, under the health section, there's 3,500 articles that are on the webpage, but they're categorized. And under the health section, there's a whole expose on soy and the marketing machine that built it as a health product.
Oh, jeez. What about whey?
Whey?
Whey.
Whey seems to be fine. Yeah, it's fine. Yes.
Crop circle. You got any information about
Well,
what is really making them
yeah, well,
other dimensions?
I don't know.
What is
I don't know exactly, but I know it's a communication, and that's life. I mean, what life does is it communicates.